Hello there, welcome and thank you for streaming the first of our Change for Life Sunderland Healthy Lifestyle sessions. This is Anthony.
Hello.
My name is Brian and we are two of the 6 members of the Change for Life Sunderland team who work within Sunderland City Council. A big part of our role is to promote healthy eating and physical activities to all residents throughout all areas of Sunderland. But like so many community services at the moment, a lot of our usual places for delivery are closed due to the coronavirus. So we're going online for the time being and we're going to be sharing sessions, content every week around healthy lifestyles. So we do hope that you enjoy the sessions and find them informative. And what we're going to be doing to start off with is a 6-week healthy lifestyle program. So over this next 6 weeks, once a week, we'll be putting out a video that covers a healthy lifestyle topic. The first topic that we're going to look at this week is called the Eatwell Guide. You can pause this video whenever you want, if you want to take a break or if you want to challenge your kids at their knowledge or challenge your parents, children at their knowledge. You can pause the video whenever you like. And at the end of the video, we're going to be showing some useful links to what we've been through. Because we will be doing some chats, but we'll also be doing some food demonstrations taken from recipes from the Change for Life website. So we'll be showing all those recipes as well. Okay, so we'll get started with the first session, which is the Eatwell Guide, which I'll bring up on the screen there. That's the Eatwell Guide in full. It's something that's been designed to give us lots of information about all the foods and drinks that we have, because no matter what we eat or drink, it's going to do something different inside our body when we have it. Some we need lots of, some we need a little bit of, some just taste nice, there's a bit of a treat, but they're not really that healthy for us. So this is going to help break down lots of information, so hopefully by the end of this, you'll be able to make well-informed choices about the foods and drinks that you have. So, how many sections are there in the Eatwell Guide? So if we look at that, can we count how many sections there are there? You've got green, yellow, pink, blue and purple. On the main circle there, there's 5 main sections, which that's telling us is there's 5 main food groups. So we're going to go through each one individually to find out a little bit more about them. Okay, so this is the green section. I'm going to pass you over and this
Cheers, Brian. Thank you. So yeah, the green section, you can see it's quite a big section. Okay, so does anyone know what the green section's called? That's right, yeah, it's fruit and vegetables. So who here likes fruits and vegetables? Put your hands up. Okay, good, yeah. So the more fruits and vegetables we can get in, the better it is. So let's just try and get a rainbow of colours into our diet, yeah? So your purples, your oranges, your greens, yellows, blues, reds, all different types of fruits and vegetables are going to do something different to our body. They are very, very good for us, yeah? Because they contain 2 things. Does anyone know? That's right, vitamins and minerals, okay? Vitamins and minerals. The vitamins and minerals' role in our body is to keep us free from any kind of bugs, tummy bugs, flus, colds, coughs, sickness, illnesses, things like that. So they are very good. That's why we are told to have plenty of fruit and vegetable each day. Now, does anyone know how many portions per day we should have? Yep, so 5 a day we should have. If you can have more, you can have more, yeah? So at least 5 a day. And that might be, like we mentioned, carrots, it might be bananas, it might be apples, yeah? Grapes, you like those? Just try and get a nice variety in. And this is our fruit and vegetable section. If we move on, our next section.
So the next section is the yellow section, okay? Would anyone like to have a think about what food group this one might be? You have a look at the foods that you can see there: potatoes, rice, bread, pasta, spaghetti, cereals, porridge, crackers, yeah? What nutrient do you think these foods might be high in? Okay, we bring it up. These foods are high in a nutrient called carbohydrates, often shortened down to just carbs, or you can even call these your energy foods, okay? It's a big section, like the fruit and vegetable section, so we want to be trying to include plenty of carbohydrates in our daily diet. But that doesn't just mean you can sit there with a loaf of bread and eat a lot of it, yeah? That's not going to be too healthy for us, yeah? But what we can do is base most of our meals around these. So if you think about it, breakfast, lunch, dinner, yeah, having some carbohydrates with each of those meals is going to provide you with plenty of energy to get you going through the next part of your day, okay? What we want to be trying to aim for ideally are whole grain carbohydrates. Okay, so that would be things like, you know, brown bread or whole wheat pasta or brown rice, cereals like Weetabix or porridge. Yeah, these are high in fibre, which is going to fill us up easier. We're not going to get hungry as quickly, and they're going to give us our energy a little bit more slowly, so that we have more energy to do more of the things that we like doing throughout the day. Yeah. Like I say, these are our energy foods. They wake our body up. So if you think about having breakfast in the morning, having Weetabix, having porridge, having wholemeal toast, yeah, give us plenty of energy to get through the first part of our day. And it gives us energy to move around, to be physically active, but also it's going to give our brains energy to help us learn, concentrate, pay more attention when we're at school, for work, and that sort of thing. Yeah. So it is about basing most of our meals around these, but it's trying to get the right ones as well. So we aim for those higher fibre, starchy carbohydrates. Okay, so the next section there.
Okay guys, so our pink section is our protein section, okay? So as you can see, it's slightly smaller section, which means we don't need as much of it as, say, your big sections of your fruits and vegetables or your carbohydrates, which we just looked at, but still equally as important, okay? So our protein foods are good for growth and repair. So if you do like your sports, your activities, your exercises, yeah, you will need your protein foods to help you, like I say, get stronger, growth, repair, okay? Repair those muscle tissues which have been used, okay? Very good for our muscles, okay? So has everyone got muscles? Let's have a look, yeah? So can you do that for us? Brilliant, well done. So, very good for our muscles, okay? Now, these foods might be, let's have a look at our props. It might be things like chicken. It might be things like eggs, okay? It might be things like, you can see there, nuts. It might be fish, turkey, lean mince. You even get things like beans and lentils and chickpeas, okay? Not a lot of people know, but baked beans do form a very good source of protein, okay? So, they're the different types of foods which might come into this section, but very good for muscles, growth, repair, and definitely get those in your daily diet. Section is dairy.
Okay, yeah, so that brings us on to the blue section, or the dairy food section, yeah. Alternatives to dairy foods now as well. So if you can have a little look at this section here, you can see foods like cheese, milk, yogurt, yeah. If we get in our milk, our cheese, our yogurt from cows, yeah, it's going to be classed as your dairy foods. And if we're going for alternative plant-based foods, we can look at soya drinks, almond milks, oat milks as well, yeah. Lots of different alternatives to kind of cow's milk nowadays if we go in the supermarkets. If we take, for example, though, cow's milk, yeah, we're going to look at the three main types of cow's milk here. So we've got whole milk, semi-skim milk, and skim milk. If you look in the supermarket, you find the whole milk with a blue top. If you're looking for the semi-skim milk, you'd find it with a green top. If you're looking for the skim milk, you'd find it with a red top. Whole milk has the most amount of fat, semi-skimmed has half the fat, skim milk has all the fat skimmed off. Yeah, they're all very high in something called calcium. Yeah, cheese, milk, yogurt, your alternatives as well, being fortified with calcium, very good for giving us strong teeth and stronger bones. We do have to be a little bit careful with some of our dairy foods because they can be high in fats, they can be high in salts as well. Yeah, so if you are kind of having cheese as a snack or on a sandwich, portion size would recommend is around about matchbox serving. Yeah, size of a small matchbox. And if you are putting it on a sandwich, yeah, grate it on there, and then it'll go a lot further. It'll look like a lot more that you have in there. So good way to have our cheese is still to keep a little eye on how much we're having. Yogurts again. There's loads and loads of different yogurts in the supermarkets. Some will have health claims on the labels, or say low fat, or say fat free. If they are flavoured, you might have to still be careful because there might be lots of added sugar in there to enhance the taste. Yeah. Now, what we try to recommend is yogurts that don't have any added sugar in there. So that would be things like sort of, you know, your natural yogurt or your Greek yogurt. Yeah. Low fat where possible, and if you want to make it a little bit sweeter, Some people are not too keen on its own. You can add in a little bit of fresh fruit, which also adds in some of the fibre a day, some of your important vitamins and minerals from fruits as well. So we recommend low fat natural yogurt or Greek style yogurt rather than your kind of flavoured yogurts, yeah. Okay, and with your alternative drinks like your soyas and your oat milks and things like that, again, trying to go for unsweetened versions so you're not actually, getting a lot of added sugars in there as well. Okay, so that's your blue section or your dairy section there, and that brings us on to the next one.
Okay guys, so the purple section is a very small section. Some people miss that one out, but it's a very small section. You have to look closely to see it. So the purple section is your oils and spreads. So again, as important, but we just don't need as much from that section because it contains a few more calories, yeah? So just a little section, but you do need every day, okay? This might be things like vegetable oils, olive oils, things like that. So, certain foods like avocados or seeds, things like that, they come in this section. It's your good sources of fats, okay? Butters, spreads, things like that. Yeah, they're very good for insulating the body, keeping us warmer, protecting the organs, and it does give us a little bit of energy as well, okay? Sometimes we use this section a little bit more for cooking, okay? So when we're cooking our foods, this section refers to that, okay? So as important, but just not as much, okay?
Okay. So there were our 5 main food groups of the Eatwell Guide, and then on the Eatwell Guide poster itself, in the left-hand corner, there's a section that says fats and sugars, or foods that we should have in smaller amounts and less often. And that's because these foods, like you can see in the picture here, crisps, biscuits, sweets, cakes, ice cream, sauces, they can be really high in ingredients such like fat, sugar and salt. All 3 ingredients make food taste very nice, but all those 3 ingredients are also can be quite harmful to our health for having them too often. It can lead us to gain extra pounds that our body doesn't need, which can lead to serious conditions like obesity, like heart disease, like type 2 diabetes, certain cancers over a longer period of time. Sugary foods can also lead to tooth decay and having teeth extracted when they're either not ready to come out or as we get older. Yeah. What we're going to look at here is that we're just going to say that these are the ones that we should have in small amounts, eat them less often, and that brings us on to the final part, which is water.
Okay, so when you look at the Eatwell Guide, you'll see in the top right hand corner there is the little glass of water. Now everyone should have water in their daily diet. The majority of our bodies are made up of water. Now we should be aiming, guys, for 6 to 8 glasses per day. So 6 to 8 glasses a day. If you like your sports and activities and whatnot, you should be having more, especially with the summer coming around. If you're going to be doing more outside in the warm weather conditions, you should be having that a little bit more because we want to prevent dehydration, which is when the body really needs its water, okay? So you need to keep sipping away there. It might come through teas, coffees, it might come through milk, it might come through fruit juices. Just be very careful though, guys, if it is fruit juice, not to have too much, yeah? We don't want fizzy drinks and fruit juices in large amounts, just because that can affect the teeth that Brian talked about before, yeah? It can rot the teeth, yeah? So 150 milliliters is all we recommend. That's what 150 milliliters looks like, okay? So if you are taking it from juice, not too much. Normal water, brilliant. Have 6 to 8 glasses or more of that per day. Sometimes a little bit of advice here. If you are feeling hungry, try having a drink of water, a glass of water. That might put you off eating something, just because you might mistake or you might be misguided that when you're hungry, it might just be thirst, you know? So try having a glass of water first and see how that makes you feel. Also, when you are having the water, see if you can have it throughout the day, all throughout the day, because it is very important. And yeah, so hydration, staying hydrated, very important. So final section.
Okay, yeah, so what we've been through there is the Eatwell Guide, the 5 main food groups from the big chart that you can see in the middle there. We've also spoke a little bit about the foods that we should be having less often in small amounts, or what we call our treat foods. We are going to be focusing more on those foods in our next session, okay? Anth's just been speaking there about water and about fluids and about keeping hydrated. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little food practical. What we're going to do is we're going to do a demonstration of a Greek style salad, yeah, which has been taken from the Change for Life main website, one of their recipes. Like I say, we're going to have links to all these at the end, so if you like the look of what we're going to be doing, want to try it at home, then by all means get the recipe and have a look. So following on from our chat around the Eatwell guide, we said we were going to do a demonstration of a Change for Life recipe, and with the summer on its way, we're going to try and do something nice and summery. So we're going to do one of their new recipes, which is the Greek style salad. Yeah. So a couple of little things first of all. Obviously, if you would like to try this recipe at home, the link will be at the end of the video. And if you do try it, obviously, as we're all doing lots of at the moment, we're going to make sure we wash our hands thoroughly, at least 20 seconds. We've washed our hands, we've also got gloves on, and that's going to stop any spreading of germs while we're preparing the food. Okay, so the ingredients that we've got here, okay, for a Greek style salad is we've got some cucumber, which we've already been kind of halving and quartering there in the slices. We've got some cherry tomatoes cut in half. We've got one red onion, all thinly sliced, and we've got some chopped olives. Okay, so that's going to kind of sort of be like the kind of base of the salad. We're going to mix all that together, and then for the dressing, what we've got in the dressing is it's all mixed together. It's half a lemon, juice of half a lemon, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a teaspoon of half a teaspoon of oregano, and a good pinch of black pepper. Okay, so we've got all those combined in the bowl there, and then it's dead simple. All you got to do is mix it all together, and that creates a nice, healthy dressing there. Okay, and so after that, once you've got the salad in there, the dressing on top, then it's just, we've got 100 grams of Greek cheese here, or feta cheese, and this is one of your kind of like your lower fat cheeses, also quite high in protein as well. So we are covering, if you think about the Eatwell guide and all the food groups, your fruit and vegetables, we've got some protein, some dairy, a little bit of fat here, and some nice flavours as well. But no added salt, which is great. We're just going to crumble that on at the end. Okay, so all we've got to do, like I say, is mix it all together. Should we give it a go?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
So we've got the cucumber in there, and then the cherry tomatoes. So simple, just chucking it all in together. Red onion, okay, and chopped olives, yeah. And then just going to give that a little mix. Okay, and then from there, just going to add in the dressing. A little bit slippy in these gloves. Okay, so mixing that in. Okay, there's the dressing in there. Just going to again just give that a little stir together. It looks really nice and really fresh, and with the cheese on top there. Just crumbling that on top.
That's good.
And this is lower fat Greek cheese as well, so even healthier again. Less fat, no added salt, no added sugar. Okay, and then just gonna mix that together one more time.
Wow, looks good.
Okay, so you have from the Change for Life website, Greek style salad. Yeah, looks really nice. Do you want to try a little bit?
Give it a go. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so see if meets the taste test. Okay.
Bon appetit. Really good.
Really nice, savoury, fresh, isn't it? Crunchy.
Nice dressing as well.
Yeah, and not like kind of heavy or like creamy too much. It's nice and light.
Yeah, brilliant.
So If you, again, think about the Eatwell guide, you might sort of think there, well, there's no starchy carbohydrates in there. I think that would work well with a little bit of like pitted bread on the side, like a wholemeal pitted bread on the side there. You've got to even add some of the salad into the pitted bread and make it a bit of a sandwich like that.
Yeah,
that'd be lovely. Yeah,
excellent. Yeah. Okay. So guys, if you enjoyed today's session, please follow us on the next session, which will be fats and sugars. We'll be looking at the topic of fats and sugars, and we'll be doing a different recipe with that topic as well. Just to remind you, you can follow the links if you need to go back over it, look at the recipe again. The links are on at the end of this video. But also remember the tips and advice that we've kind of covered today and the things we can tell you to take away from today's session. Get your fruit and veg in, plenty of fruit and veg. We said at least 5 a day. If you can get your whole grains from the carbohydrate group, get those in. Get your proteins, so good quality sources of protein. Try and get some oily fish in there, maybe once, twice a week if you can. Get your water in, so at least 6 to 8 glasses. Keep yourself well hydrated, especially when it's warmer and especially if you're doing exercise and activity. Okay, and remember the fats and sugars. Okay, so we don't want to have foods that are high in fats and sugars yet. We want to keep those down to a minimum, maybe as a treat once a week or so. We'll be covering that in a bit more detail next week. Okay, but I hope you've enjoyed it and you've taken something away from it. Okay, so from today's session, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.